Ovi back in Chi-Town, Blackhawks trying to keep some momentum in a blackout game, and Showtime makes history. More coming up next.
Goal. Avellini, here comes Peyton. And Peyton is in for the touchdown.
Unbelievable.
Takes it, Kane. 2-on-1, hustling back his point. Up a shot. Score! Patrick Kane in overtime.
Ahead of Jenks. Uribe charges throws. Out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the circle, puts the shot in the air. Good! The game's over, and the Bulls have won.
The pocket, so Ferguson was on the run, and you're going to see Wilbur Marshall come here and really flatten him. Oh, boy, did he really hit him.
Looking downfield, launching downfield, going for it all! It is caught!
Here's Bernard. Needs it back. Nazar scores! From Nazar in overtime! And the Hawks won it 4-3.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Da Superfan Network. My name is AJ Neihart, and we are here with another Blackhawks pregame. But before we get into the game preview for tonight, let's talk about some big news from a former Blackhawk. Last night, Showtime. Patrick Kane scored his 500th career goal. He is the 50th player to do so and the 5th U.S.-born player to do so. He joins the likes of Mike Modano, former Blackhawk Jeremy Roenick, Keith Tkachuk, and Joe Mullen. Speaking of Modano, with Kane's 2-goal night against Vancouver, he scored number 499 and number 500, though number 500 was an empty netter, which could have been cooler, but like you take the goals when you get them. A goal's a goal, and a goal's a goal. Doesn't matter, empty net or whatever. But with that 500th, 499 and 500, the 2-goal night, Patrick Kane is now 5 points away from tying and 6 points away from overtaking Mike Modano's record for most career points by a U.S.-born player. Kane has 1,369, while Mike Modano has 1,374. So, congratulations to Patrick Kane on getting number 500. Wish it was with the Blackhawks, and now I have to watch Detroit Red Wings hockey. Blah. But that's fine. I'll have to watch diligently and be there, hopefully, be witnessing Patrick Kane passing Mike Modano. Mike Modano even said he out of anybody, he thought Kane would do it. Kane's almost there. And we're only halfway through the season, about halfway through the season. So if it took him this long to get to 500 and it didn't take him that very long, he's got a really good chance at breaking this record. And if he doesn't break it this year somehow, because I don't see that happening, because Patrick Kane's Patrick Kane and he's freaking awesome. He is the GOAT, U.S. GOAT. I said it. He's the best. Even if it somehow miraculously doesn't happen this season, he'll get it next season. Now, on to tonight's game, the game that we're all talking about. It's the final game of the season, of this season series, might I say. This season series between these two teams. Last time these two teams played was, I think, earlier this week. The Chicago Blackhawks won the game on the road 3-2 in a shootout. This time, the Hawks have a blackout game. Yes, the black jerseys are back tonight, which is going to be absolutely amazing. Wish I had mine. Still waiting. I think this is week 7. So I got a week, 1 to 5 weeks until I get that jersey. That will definitely be an unboxing video for you guys, because I'm so excited to get this black jersey. Other than that, it is a blackout jersey, blackout night. It's at the United Center, and the game starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The Hawks coming off a dominating win over the St. Louis Blues 7-3, with a clip going around that the backup goalie was hiding in the hallway for the Blues, but he didn't want the smoke. They are back at 500, trying to get back to that winning record that they had earlier this year, and their 5th win of 2026, trying to stay undefeated. Washington is coming off of a tough loss to Dallas at home, losing 4-1, the only goal being Alex Ovechkin. Washington trying to get back into the wild card spot as they are tied at 50 points with Buffalo, which Buffalo is having a great season. Hoping good things for Buffalo, by the way. Though I'm not like, oh, this is my second team or whatever. It's tough seeing Buffalo be bad for years and years and years, and it's nice that a nice change of pacing. Buffalo actually doing pretty good, so hopefully Buffalo will make the playoffs. But we'll see what happens. So Buffalo and Washington, the Capitals, are tied for the last wild card spot at 50 points. So this game is very important to Washington. Now, some players to watch this game for Washington, besides Alex Ovechkin, because it's Alex Ovechkin. Of course, you're going to watch Alex Ovechkin. Anytime your team is playing Alex Ovechkin, you're going to watch it because he's got the most goals scored by any player in the NHL ever. But besides Alex Ovechkin, watch Justin Sourdif. Justin Sourdif. And I want to double check just to make sure. I believe this guy's number is number 34. Number 34. He's a right winger, number 34. So watch out for him. He has had 9 points in the last 5 games. 5 of those points being goals, the others being assists. So watch out for him for Washington. Now for Chicago. I was writing this before the big news came out. I was going to say Andre Burakovsky, number 28, because he has 6 points, in the last 5 games, 5 of those being assists. However, a bombshell news dropped today. Thank you, Charlie Remiliotis and Ben Pope again. Great guys. They're awesome on Blackhawks Twitter. Shout out to them. They'll probably never see this anyway. But I got some news. Connor Bedard was practicing in a normal jersey, and Connor Bedard was working on the power play. That's right, and even from the words of Connor Bedard's mouth, he is in for tonight's game. Connor Bedard is back for the Chicago Blackhawks, so watch out for him. I was going to say Burakovsky, but then Bedard's back, which is absolutely amazing. He was practicing on the first line power play, so that will change up. I'll give you a little bit of some lineup stuff. However, lineups are a bit weird tonight, but we'll get into that very soon. Now, there are some injuries still. Now that Bedard is back, the only real main injury is Frank Nazar, still month to month with that jaw injury. For Washington is missing 3 players. Those 3 players that Washington is missing are the following. Missing are Alexia Protas with a day-to-day lower body injury. Tom Wilson, and he's on IR. Tom Wilson is out day-to-day with a lower body injury. He got that injury when the Hawks played last time in Washington earlier this week, so he's still out. He's day-to-day. And then Pierre-Luc Dubois is on IR month-to-month with an abdomen injury. So 2 big names right there, Tom Wilson and Pierre-Luc Dubois being out for Washington, which is big for them. But they have some players that are stepping up. Now, there was some weird stuff going on with practice today, and that's why I'm not really sure with the lineup so far at the time of this recording. A lot of game time decisions. So I got news. Scott Foster, Blackhawks legend emergency goaltender, Scott Foster was practicing as the backup goaltender for Chicago at practice today. And a lot of guys were missing from practice. The following of those names: Nick Foligno, Captain Nick Foligno, Ilya Mikheyev, Arvid Soderblom, and Jeff Blashill, Coach Jeff Blashill himself. Apparently there is some illness going on in the locker room, so those 3 players are definitely game time decisions, but it was really cool seeing Scott Foster practicing as the backup goaltender. And I was like, Scott Foster in the big 2026? That's kind of crazy. If you don't know who Scott Foster is, he was an emergency backup goaltender that came in for the Blackhawks one game, I want to say back in 2022, maybe 2021. Pat Foley was still commentating, so you get to hear some really cool Pat Foley stuff. Shout out Pat Foley. But if you don't know who that is, Scott Foster, who that is, look him up on YouTube. Just look up Scott Foster. The first thing that'll pop up will be the highlights. Like, he did pretty well. It's not like, oh my gosh, he had a 40 game save or 40 saves a game or whatever, that one game. It's just really cool because he came in and got the job done for the Hawks in that game. So look up Scott Foster on YouTube after watching this, okay? So you'll understand why I'm making such a big deal of some random guy named Scott Foster. Now, the lineups for tonight. I did mention that there are some weird illness. But let's start with Washington first. Ovechkin, Strome, and Bolivier in the first line, as always. McMichael, Sordif, Leonard in the second. Duhaime, Dowd, and Frank in the third. Milano, Lapierre, and Leeson on the fourth line. Now the pairings for defense: Verhevery, Carlson on the first pairing, Chichurin, Waugh on the second pairing, and then Sandin and Mikarith on the third pairing. And then starting goaltender tonight is Thompson. Now for the Blackhawks. With the illness going on, the Foligno, Mikheyev, and Soderblom are game time decisions. Now, here are what the lines will be if they are in. You have Bertuzzi, Bedard, and Burakovsky on the first line, Teuvo Teravainen, Green, and Moore on the second, Donato, Dickinson, and Mikheyev, Doc, Foligno, and Lardis. The pairings on defense: Vlasic and Crevier, Kaiser and Levshinov, Grzelcyk and Murphy, and then Spencer Knight will be in the starting goal. The power plays have changed because Bedard is back. You have Teravainen, Bedard, Burakovsky, Bertuzzi, and Levshinov in the first power play pairing, and then the second power play pairing is Green, Moore, and Donato with Lardis and Grzelcyk. Now, those lines, I'm not 100% sure because of illness and stuff like that. But as of right now, that's what the lineups will be. Now, my keys to the game. I have 3 keys to the game. Number 1, lock down Ovechkin. Lock down Ovi. He is dangerous on the power play and he's just dangerous in general. You have to lock him down and keep him in check. Even though you have one of the top 5 penalty kills. Top 5 penalty kills. You have a top 10 power play. You have a top 5 penalty kills in the league. You still got to watch out. Just don't get into penalty trouble like you did against St. Louis in the first period, but you handled it pretty well. So just keep Ovechkin in check. Second, be aggressive. With Tom Wilson out of the lineup, the physicality of Washington goes way down. He was injured in the last game. Last time these two teams played against each other. Now you don't have that guy to keep your guys in check when you make hits. So hit, finish checks. You won't have that guy breathing down your neck. Now, the third and final key: don't be cute with the puck. I know Bedard is back, but keep playing how you've been playing when he wasn't there. You guys are undefeated in 2026. They just can't. Now that Bedard is back, don't overthink that. Don't be cute with the puck and whatever. Bedard will produce when he needs to. You don't need to overly try it as hard as you can to feed him the puck. It's okay. He will come with time. Now it is time for the pick of the game. Tonight I am picking Connor Bedard. I was going to pick somebody else, but now that Bedard is back, Connor Bedard is my pick. I don't know if he'll score. I think he'll get a point though. However, if he does score, it'd be pretty cool. But that will be my pick of the game is Connor Bedard. If Connor Bedard doesn't score, I'm not going to give you a second pick. I was going to pick Ryan Donato, though. I was going to pick Ryan Donato until I got the news that Connor Bedard was going to be back. And Connor Bedard in the black jersey, first game back, the villain arc starts now. And he was left out the Canadian lineup. The villain arc starts now. Guy is going to be an absolute menace. But we'll see what happens. Other than that, that's all I've got for this pregame. Enjoy the game as always. It's a blackout game. If you got Blackhawks black gear, wear it. It's going to be awesome. So go cheer on your team. The game will be on NHL Network or CHSN, either one. But go enjoy the game. Enjoy the game. If you're going to the game, awesome. I'm jealous of you. Enjoy the game. That's all I got. From Da Superfan Network with AJ Naird, I'm saying so long.